I found the assessment quite interesting. The results it gave me, one I expected, the other was kind of surprising to me, and that could be because of the questions. So the results were my top one was cognitive, and my second one was psychodynamic. I was like, yes, because David Chambers loves Freudian therapy. Spoiler, he doesn't. The one I thought would be second was humanistic, and that was actually probably the lowest one. However, I think the reason that humanistic happened to be the lowest one was because of the questions in the assessment. They seem to be more geared towards the um, unconditional approval of the client. And I had a hard time agreeing with those statements and just the wordings of them. The humanistic side that I really enjoy is the fact that the client and the counselor develop a relationship, a bond. The counselor is supposed to be empathetic. And I do think that there is a point to um, accepting what the client says. I believe that you are to validate their experiences. Like, yes, that is indeed the experience you had. Counted, it may or may not have been perceived incorrectly. What they felt wasn't wrong. It was indeed accurate because only they know what they truly felt. Um, it's like when someone says a sarcastic comment at me, I might say I'm happy, but on the inside, what I truly felt was hurt, and it's what I truly felt that really matters, and that is my truth, and those things need to be validated. However, if it's from an incorrect perception, then I think that that needs to be addressed as well. So it could be the wording of the questions that I wasn't really fond of, because I think the humanistic on my side is higher than what it really should. My final paper is going to be on the eclectic theory, but focus on the cognitive and the humanistic aspects. Um, Cognitive, I expected to be up there because it is about um, changing the way we think. Repenting essentially means to change the way one thinks, to turn a 180 from what we were doing. Um, and so I wasn't surprised by the cognitive at all. The Freudian aspect, I've never liked Freud. I've made fun of him my entire life. That could be from a point of ignorance. I don't know. Um, but yeah, my paper going forward about being the eclectic is still going to focus on the cognitive humanistic aspects because I really do believe that the relationship between the counselor and the patient is important, especially when it comes to pastoral ministries. And that is how I intend to use my counseling, is in the pastoral mindset of I'm going to be with these people every day. I can't have a detached relationship with them as, say, in the psychodynamic tends to be. It very much is hands-on. I know personal details about their life. I see them on the street saying, "Hey, how's your day going?" Um, and so I feel like that those humanistic relationships are very important. I really believe in the empathy of really just like, I'm sorry that that happened to you, but how do we move on from it? We don't stay there. We do move on from it. And so that's where the cognitive aspect comes into it, where this is something that I agree with full-heartedly, is we change the mindset. Yes, this happened, but what do we do with that information? How do we change the mindset? These people may have said that you are ugly or fat all your childhood, but how do we switch that thinking? Um, and how do we turn everything towards a God-oriented focus? So that's really my reflection on the assessment and my results. Um, family systems was in there, didn't really do anything for me, just kind of in the middle. I agree with family systems that we need to focus on the family ed aspects, but it's not really where my heart is focused at, so I wasn't surprised that it wasn't super high on the list. Um, but my focus is in people feeling valued, and those people going through their traumas and using their traumas for God's glory. Maybe it helps other people, but ultimately healing through their traumas so that they can find joy and happiness in everyday life, knowing that those traumas don't have to control them.